Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone's well. It is December 8th, 2020. This has been a recent update for a program or application called HexFlow-Launcher. You can display and launch your games and homebrews in style. HexFlow-Launcher features a 3D user interface to display your games with their box art and supports many customization options like custom covers and backgrounds. So, I did a video previously about this HexFlow-Launcher, and it was in its infant stage, and the developer decided to do some updates, which is rad, because you could actually add music now. So when you're browsing your games, like your homebrews and your PS Vita games, your PSP games, you could actually have music in the background playing at the same time while you're scrolling through what games you want to play and stuff like that. It also you could also do custom backgrounds, so the background wallpaper can be different now. I'll show you guys how to do that, along with the audio. It's not bad, and you could still use the auto boot feature plugin, so you could just boot up right to the HexFlow when your PlayStation Vita starts up, which is awesome. I've done a video about that with the Nintendo Switch UI and One Menu Plus UI. And I think I did HexFlow as well. I could be wrong, but needless to say, you can boot up the HexFlow automatically with auto boot, which is awesome. You can download custom covers for your PlayStation Vita games and other stuff. So everything will be in the links below in the description. I'm just going to run through how to install it and go through some of the little options and doodads that are in this update. So if you guys are ready like I am, let's get to it. So right from here, all the links will be in the description below. As you can tell, I'm scrolling down so you can download the file, the VPK file. This is what it's going to look like when it's on your PlayStation Vita after you install everything. So once that's done downloading, as you guys mostly know, I like to put everything on my desktop, so that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to drag over the VPK file to the desktop, and I'm just going to exit out of my downloads folder, and I'm going to boot up my FTP client, which is FileZilla. It's free, and I gotta go over to the PlayStation Vita to grab the IP address, and I'll come back to the computer. Alright, now we're at the library. I'm gonna load up Vita Shell to get our IP address so we can connect from the computer to the little server, I guess you could say, for the PlayStation Vita. Write down your IP address or memorize it if you got a good memory, and let's head back over to the computer. Alright, back to the computer. Get those cheat sheets out if you couldn't remember the IP address. I can't. Enter those IP address numbers in and do a quick connect. You could use any FTP client. You don't have to use FileZilla like I do. But what you want to do is go to the folder of the UX0, and you want to drag and drop over the VPK file that you downloaded. Now, as most of you know, I like to be neat, so I have a folder called VPK. So once that's dragged over, we can disconnect from the server if you want, or just leave it the way it is, and let's pop back over to the PlayStation Vita. Alright, if you guys are still with me, close out of the message. Since you're still in the Vita shell, go down to the UX0 folder, scroll all the way down to where you see a VPK file for the HexFlow. I have mine in a folder because I like to be neat and tidy. Just hit OK and just wait for it to install and to complete. Won't take too long. And once it's complete, you could either delete the file like I usually do, or sometimes I forget. Or after that, you could either reboot your system or just close out of Vita shell, because the HexFlow icon would be on the live area ASAP. So it's totally up to you, whatever you feel like doing. Alright, if you guys rebooted the system, just swipe that away, scroll all the way down to where you see the HexFlow icon. I got a bunch of junk on my PS Vita, but just enter the application, HexFlow-Launcher. This is brand new, it's updated, and it's really not that bad actually. I really like it. I still like this UI. You could change the style, you could download cover art, you could even have custom cover art as well. So it shows the PSP up in the upper left corner, PS1, all shows you the Homebrew, everything that's installed on your PlayStation Vita will show all. So that's kind of neat. But it would be nice if they had like something called Homebrew, just to show all Homebrew files and stuff like that. You can move back and forth between the trigger buttons, I guess you call them, or no, bumpers, the left and right. And you can change the view of the cover art as well, which is kind of cool. You know, you could have them up close and personal if you want. It's totally up to you guys. Whatever your preference is, I'm just going to run through the different styles of looks and stuff like that, as you can tell. Unfortunately, these are the only games I got on there, so it probably would look a lot better if I had more games on there. But I'm using my PlayStation Slim, which is pretty much what I use to do videos. My personal, I decided to go with the OLED screen, the PlayStation Vita Fat. So, and it's nice. It gives you like information about Resident Evil and the games that you have installed. You can download covers. This is the settings. You could start with either the Homebrews, the PlayStation 1 games, or all. So it's totally up to you. I like to start with the PlayStation Vita games when I boot up HexFlow. But it's totally up to you guys. And you can change the color as well. It's a really neat little application. And I'm sure this guy's going to do more fixes and stuff like that along the way. It would be nice if they had... if this would update automatically instead of you like uninstalling the old version and then reinstalling and downloading like the newest version. That's cool too, changing the theme colors. Custom backgrounds we'll get to later on during the video, and the sound too for the background sound. That's kind of rad too. Oh, my bad, there's a Homebrew category. I'm retarded. But, yeah, it's definitely a neat little thing. I think I like this a little bit more than I do the One Menu Plus. No, is it One Menu Plus or just one menu? The Nintendo Switch UI was kind of cool, but I think I like HexFlow a little bit more. And if you go to like a PlayStation Vita game and hit the square for more info, there'll be a background picture as well. And this shows how to do custom covers and background and stuff like that. But like I said, the links will be down in the description below, so you can just read on your own and figure some of this stuff out. It's not that hard, actually. Now, as you can tell, that the cover art is, I don't know, like I've been saying, I believe this is because it's a European cover art. And not like American. I think there's different cover art for different regions of the world, and as you can tell, that there's a background to this as well regarding the information. The rest of the games that I have on here did not come with them until I downloaded the cover. So throughout this video, I'll be downloading the cover art for these games, and these cover arts will be switching to, I believe, the Americanized version of the cover that came out in America instead of like overseas. Alright, so moving on to another game, Hotline Miami 2. See, there's no background image. Same with Resident Evil. And Retro City Rampage, which is a fun game actually. So, let's go to Hotline Miami 2. I'll download the cover. The cover's been found. Give it a few seconds. It's swapped over. That's great. Now, I've noticed while doing this that these games take a little while to load in, which is crazy. I don't know. I don't understand why. I mean, they're not that big of a game, especially... I don't know. I don't really have an answer for you guys. But once this thing loads in, I'll pop out of this game. I'll go back to the HexFlow, and I'll show you that once you download the cover for whatever game you want to download the cover for, it'll actually spit out the background image, which is kind of cool. And like I said, the PlayStation Slim I have is for video purposes and stuff like that, so I didn't sign in whatsoever. So let's relaunch HexFlow-Launcher. There's the background for that. I don't know what override category is yet. See, now the background for that is good. See, the cover art changed. So this is the American version cover art of Resident Evil 2. I believe the other one, like I said, is European, or it could have been a Japanese version. But either way, if you don't like the cover art, you just download and it'll spit you out the right one. I have yet to play this game, actually. I do have the physical copy. It's a little tough to get the physical copy nowadays, actually. Happy I found it, actually, I should say. I keep saying actually. There's me, my fat face, drinking a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. But I can't wait for the new Resident Evil game to come out. It should be fucking good. So, as you can tell, the game works. I downloaded it off the PKGJ. I'm not going to play the game. I'm just going to go through the little settings and stuff like that, just to show you that the game works. So you don't think I'm like, I don't know, pulling the wool over you guys' head or eyes, or whatever you want to call it. So let's flip back to the HexFlow-Launcher again. And I'll show you that there's going to be a background image. There you go. I just don't understand why the background images were never there to begin with. You know? It's just mind-boggling. So, let's do the same thing with this. Let's download the cover. Alright. Let's check the info. Let's download the cover. Give it a few seconds. It's been found. So I don't know if this is pulling from the internet, the cover art, because I am connected to the Wi-Fi. But this is what the cover art looks like. And still no background image for some reason. So let's boot up this game. You gotta close out the HexFlow. I was gonna say the Hex Pro, but my bad. I've been up since 3 this morning working. I'm a little tired. But I will say, Retro City Rampage is a fun game. It really is. It's top-down. If you guys remember Grand Theft Auto 1 back in the day on the PC, it's just like that. It has so many comedic, like, it's funny as hell, man. It's really fun, too. So, as you can tell, that game works. Let's flip back to the HexFlow-Launcher. Give it a few seconds to load up. Go to my PlayStation Vita section, and there you go. Background's there. So I don't know why the background won't pull when I'm online. I don't know. Maybe I have to download the cover, like I said. I don't know. So I'm going to show you reflections off, what it looks like. I don't like it. I like it when the reflection's on, actually. It just makes it look very nice. But I will say, the background images, the custom like wallpaper type thing, you're gonna have to rename it to background, and you can only have one background at a time. I wrote to the guy on Twitter and stuff like that and Reddit, stating that there should be like an option to switch wallpaper And it doesn't matter how many wallpapers you have, you can switch whenever you want. So I just downloaded the cover art for Hotline Miami 1. As you can tell, it gave me the cover, so we're good there. Alright, so this is the HexFlow-Launcher. It's been updated, the updated version. Next I'm going to show you how to get the backgrounds and how to import like an MP3 so you can have music while you're scrolling through your game section. So stick with me. Alright, I'm sure you guys remember this screen from the beginning of the video. So we're back here. What you want to do, you want to click on the external link. What this is going to do is going to spit up a GitHub page, and this tells you right in front of you the updated version of what the guy did, what he implemented. And what you want to do is click on HexFlow-Launcher, the big letter in there, link there, and we're going to be looking at the custom covers, download covers and backgrounds, custom background and custom music. What we're going to do is custom background and the custom music for today. And it just gives you a little information on how to name it and where to place these files within the PlayStation Vita. So this is one of the custom backgrounds that you could have. I'm going to be downloading all of them, and I'm going to be showing you guys all of them as well. Unfortunately, like I said earlier, you could only have one custom background at a time. You could put all these on the PlayStation Vita, but you're going to have to go into the Vita shell and either delete one of them at a time or just rename background to background 1 and then take another image and just rename it to background and keep juggling that way. Like I said earlier, the guy should have like a little drop-down menu so you could pick and choose which background you'd like to use that day. You know, I think to me that would be a lot easier. But like I said earlier, it is what it is, and I'm thankful for this guy taking some time and making such a cool, rad program, because it does look really neat. Especially if you're one of those guys that doesn't like the live area with the bubbles and stuff like that. Right now I'm going to take a MP3 file and I'm going to rename it to music. I didn't mean to open up the Winamp to play it. That was my bad. Now, one thing with the music, I've noticed that, and I found out that certain files work and certain files don't. You do need to have an MP3 file, but for some reason it's a pain in the ass, actually. I don't know if it's because it has to be a certain like megabyte file, or might have to be like a compression type deal. So what you want to do is you want to open up ux0/data folder/hexflow, and you want to drag and drop everything over to the hexflow folder. Now the MP3 that I picked, it does not work. It threw an error code at me, so I had to go and delete the MP3, and the HexFlow application worked just fine. So it's either the megabyte file size, or it could be the compression of like an application that ripped the song. I don't know yet. Hopefully he could fix it, or she could fix it in like a near future update for this HexFlow. But until then, you got to pick and choose, and you could trial and error, my friends. Trial and error. I did get the MP3 file to work, but I used the Blink-182 song, and you'll hear a few seconds of it because I didn't want to get a copyright strike. So hopefully I won't. So let's go back to the PlayStation Vita, guys. Alright, since we transferred the files over to the PlayStation Vita, I'm going to show you the background images and the MP3, which is going to be playing a Blink-182 song. It's going to be very quick. I don't want to get a copy. So I'm just going to run through all the background images that I downloaded to show you guys. Some are cool, some are alright. I do like the lights there, the very first one, a lot. I'll post the YouTube video link up on the Reddit that I created, the little subforum, and I'd love to see you guys create custom background images. I think that'd be really neat to see. some of you guys' creations, if you guys are great with Photoshop and stuff like that. And don't forget that the GitHub tells you the dimensions that you need to use for background images. So, yeah, hopefully I'll see some of you guys' creations and stuff like that and works of art. This has been the HexFlow Launcher, the new updated version, which I really do enjoy and like. If you got any questions, problems, concerns, I was going to say give me a call. Yeah, right. My bad. Just hit me up. I'll try my best. I'm not like a genius at this stuff. It takes me some time to figure stuff out, trial and error, just like anything else in the world. If I can't help you, I do apologize. But, yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and I don't know. Enjoy your Hanukkah. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy New Year. And hopefully the year 2021 will be a lot better. I did actually pre-download my Cyberpunk for my PC that I built just for Cyberpunk because I'm getting tired of consoles, of them claiming that you could game in 60 frames per second, which you can't. And I don't know. Just if Silent Hill comes to PlayStation 5, I'll definitely get a PlayStation 5. I really want a new Silent Hill, or reboot will even do too. But other than that, I'm happy with my PC and stuff like that. I already traded my PlayStation 4, and I do have a PlayStation 4 down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, in the USA, where my parents live. So when I travel down there, I have something to game. But other than that, I think I might be getting away from consoles. So I guess the PC master race, my friends. At any rate, thank you.